How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome into Dollars to Deuces, episode number 45. Talking week 15 spreads, player props, Survivor pool. This is we're doing it on Thursday night, a little different. The Thursday night game just got over and actually turned out to be a little closer there, I guess, than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, pretty decent game. So as always, joined by my pal Rich at Frito Bandito _FF on Twitter. What's up, buddy?
Long week. I think all three of us have been burning the midnight oil and just lucky to get on tonight and cover a little NFL. I think we're still going to kind of go over what we picked for the day, but for tonight's game, because we already had it in there. But yeah, good to go, man. Excited to be here with you guys.
Hell yeah. I'm 1-0. I think I was the only one that picked the 49ers. So 1-0 for the week. Looking good. Yeah, sorry we didn't record last night. Like I said, I think we all got done working late. I was still at work when we usually would go on. So we just said we're going to record tonight. We were a little more prepared to be on tonight. And Thursday's actually probably a little better anyway. There's a lot more player props. So, and as always, Abe at MVinFF on Twitter. How you doing, pal?
Good to be here on a Thursday night watching some football while we're prepping for this. So excited. We congrats to the 49ers. They clinched the NFC West just now. So excited to get into fantasy football playoff season. I'm excited for this weekend.
I don't know. I think I have I might have made the playoffs in 2 leagues. I didn't do worth a gosh darn this year in fantasy football. But
I was the number one seed and went up against Kittle tonight. So I'm in a hole.
Yeah, that's okay though. You can find the show on Twitter at Toilets and Titles. You can listen to us like you're doing now on YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, Facebook, Twitch. I think I got them all. If you're listening to us on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button so you know when we go live. I think there's 9 shows a week we got now. Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays tonight, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So check all those out. Also, throw us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. I believe, unless that's over, that somebody was going to get sent some kind of rookie football card. I forgot what it was now. I feel
they announced it on the.
They sent it tonight.
What's that?
Yeah, they sent it out there tonight. Yeah. I guess I forgot that. Oh well. Also, toadstyles.com. All of our content is there. Articles, videos, everything you need. One-stop shop, as well as you can go to Fanatics from there. We have a link to them. So check that out. Working on a bunch more right now. Pretty cool stuff going on. And then, of course, patreon.com/Titles. If you are already a member, thank you so much for helping us out. We really appreciate it. There's 5 different tiers, tons of stuff. A really good time to get in right now, especially with the fantasy playoffs. I know I said I didn't make very many playoffs, but everybody else in the group did. So, they can help you out a lot. Like I said, Rich made 7 different playoffs.
6.
Right? 6? Oh, sorry, 6. I can't count very well.
That's all right, man.
So, yeah. But last week, pretty interesting week. We're not going to go over it too much. We're trying to shorten things up, make things a little quicker for you, because sometimes we just get talking too much. Last week, I somehow was 8-5. Rich was 5-8. Abe was 4-9. I'm 103-5 on the season. Those are mouthfuls to say these records, I think next week we'll just make a graphic so it's easier to do it. Rich is 99-104-5, and Abe is 94-109-5. So I think that wasn't my best week, but it was close to it. So, but a lot of games this week, no buys. Obviously, Thursday Night Football just got over. We all had a picks in last night for this. So I had the Niners, and these 2 guys had the Seahawks. Rich also had a McCaffrey touchdown anytime, which happened. So that's good. We also, we have 3 Saturday games this week?
Yes.
So that's exciting. I love Saturday football, especially Saturday NFL football. Not that I don't like college football on Saturdays, but NFL football on Saturdays is fun. So what do you guys think? Is Brock Purdy? He's like the real deal, I guess, huh?
He's good.
Interesting on what they're going to do next year. Do they I mean, obviously they probably get away from what did Garoppolo sign a big contract for multi-year? Was it just a 1 year?
No, it was 1 year, but they said like right before he got hurt, they were going to bring him back.
I don't know about now.
What other NFL team can have their third string quarterback, who's a rookie, be the second most dominant team in the NFC? I mean, that shows a lot for the 49ers.
You know, and I don't know.
Relevant.
I was talking to somebody about it, but I mean, was that 2 years ago when Garoppolo got hurt and like Nick Mullins came in and played really well, and CJ Beathard came in and played really well? Those guys both got contract places. Honestly, Kyle Shanahan's a phenomenal coach. I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
More than anything. And their defense is really, really good. I mean, he does look good. He's doing a lot. He looks composed and poised in the pocket. Like when he came in the other night, it was like, hell, you can skip a beat. So
even that run tonight to get first down and pretty much solidify the game was, I mean, that's pretty impressive for a rookie, especially a guy that was the seventh quarterback taken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Shout out to him. Go Cyclones, right, Abe?
Right.
Team in Iowa, it's worth a shit. So, moving on to Saturday games. The first one, the one we get to watch, is going to be, I don't know, hopefully it'll be a good game. The Colts traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota is favored by 4 at home. I mean, we're all on the Vikings here. I think that's pretty obvious. I do like James Cook. That's later in the night. Dalvin Cook over 68.5 rushing yards. That total seemed kind of low. Jonathan Taylor's wasn't much higher than that. But I don't know what the Colts do. I don't know if Jonathan Taylor's ran for over 100 yards more than like one time this year. So it's hard to like be involved with him. So Abe, what do you think?
I mean the Vikings, Cook has not been very good the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks. It's like I think I saw something. He's only averaging about 3.5 yards per carry, but they have plenty of weapons on their team. Jeff Saturday finally gets to play on a Saturday, so we'll see.
Hell yeah! I should have picked them because of that.
Yeah, we'll see if that has anything to do with it.
Hey, Abe always comes
I've been waiting to say this. I've been waiting to say this since yesterday.
You do.
But I mean, this Colts team is struggling. The Vikings defense has been struggling. I have some player props in this. I have quite a few actually. I like Jefferson under 7.5 catches. He's going to have Stephon Gilmore on him for the majority of the game. I don't see JJ going off like crazy like he's been doing. He doesn't score very often. I think he only has 3 touchdowns on the year. But so I have his under 7.5 receptions. I like Alec Pierce to get over 38.5 yards receiving. And then I think they'll take a couple long shots with him because the Minnesota secondary has been banged up and been beat up. They've been scored on and thrown on quite a bit. And I like Thielen quite a bit in that game. And I like Thielen and JT, Johnny Taylor to both score. So those are my player props for this. It's nice to see some player props, and that's why I was pretty excited.
There's so many.
There's so many on, because now we're doing this.
It's wild. Like a one-day change makes it.
Well, and it helps that there's a Saturday game also. So there's not a ton of Sunday props out, but 3 Saturday games definitely helps for that.
Yeah, I think we all loaded up on these first 4 or 5 games of player props because of how much they were in there. But I like the Vikings too. Now that you said Jeff Saturday's playing on Saturday, I can see him winning and stuff. And going forward, if he's still there, every Saturday he plays, he's going to win, be undefeated and everything for his career. But
that'd be a hell of a stat.
But I almost want to change it but I'm not going to do it. I'm going Vikings. They're the more dominant offensive team. I don't know, maybe defense. The Colts probably got. I'm a little bit more heavier on as far as the Colts defense, but I like Cousins over 23.5 completions.
Might be like that Bears game where he have like 19 in a row to start the game or some shit like that. And I think too that the smart thing for the Saturday's Colts would be to run the shit out of the ball, so Jonathan Taylor would go over his yardage, but they probably won't do that.
That should be the game plan.
Keep the other team off the field.
That should be the game plan.
Yeah, well, that makes too much sense. Saturday afternoon game, Ravens traveling to Cleveland. Cleveland is favored by 3 at home. I actually had the Browns picked yesterday and changed my mind. But Rich, you can go first.
Yeah, I mean, look, Watson's warming up and stuff like that. He had a horrible first game. Had a better game the second time around. Now I know Cooper is injured. I don't know if they made any decisions.
He's not
Where
going to
is
play.
he?
It's cold out. It's outside. He does not play when it's cold and outside.
I agree with you, Nate. He's not good when it's cold.
I was going to take his under on receiving yards. It was like 57 or something like that, and I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Well, he should have never went to freaking Cleveland then. I mean, he's going to have to learn to play there. So,
but he's been there for 3 years or 2 years.
Oh, who? No, this is the first year there.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yep.
It was the Cowboys last year.
That's right. Yeah, but no, he doesn't like to play outside, especially when it's cold.
Well, Watson's
faster than hell on turf.
Watson's warming up, and he's gonna heat up the stadium and everything. I'm calling it right now. It's at home and stuff like that. Look, yeah, it's a divisional game and everything. I get it. And Huntley, he's coming back out of his concussion. I guess he's had 3 days where he has practice and everything, so he's looking like he'll be playing and everything. But I just like the Browns, and I got him going over 223.5 passing yards.
Yeah. Hopefully that makes it. Maybe this is the game. And I'm actually playing Rich in a league, our Toilets to Titles league. It's the playoffs. Rich probably don't even know we're playing each other, but
we're in the playoffs.
Yeah, me and you are playing each other.
Crap.
I'm starting Magic Mike White Lightning over Deshaun Watson, unless you can talk me out of it, Abe.
I don't know if I can talk you out of it. So listen. So if you've watched this show all year long, I've bagged on the Browns all year up until about the last 3 weeks before Watson got back.
And they burned you every time.
Yeah, when the Browns defense was playing good. And I've been pretty much wrong every single time. Like when I was betting against the Browns, they were covering. When I was betting for the Browns, they weren't covering. So I'm picking the Ravens this week. The reason why I did it is I kept looking at Huntley. It looks like he's going to play. He's been a very serviceable quarterback for Baltimore. But I just think that Baltimore haven't, getting Dobbins back. I think the Browns
looked awesome last week.
He did. He had a little bit of he looked a little gimpy at times, but he's not even on the injury report today, I noticed. So that's a good sign for Ravens fans. But the Browns have been run on a little bit. The Browns are banged up front. So I have the Ravens winning this game. And +3, I have them covering 3. My player prop is Donovan Peoples-Jones over 48.5 receiving yards. He's been really, really good. I think he's scored at least double-digit points in 7 of his last 8 games for fantasy and PPR. So DPJ has been playing pretty darn good. It looks like Watson was throwing to him deep quite a bit last week. So I like Donovan Peoples-Jones over 48.5 and Ravens +3.
Yep. I like the Ravens +3. The Browns' rush defense or defense in general is really bad. And I think regardless of who's the quarterback for the Ravens, they can hand the ball off to Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, Justice Hill even. And Tyler Huntley can run the ball too. So I think with that, I don't think they'll score a ton of points in this game, but I think that the Ravens will be able to cover, and I think they'll win too, Abe. I like Dobbins over 48.5 rushing yards. Nick Chubb, of course, over 74.5 rushing yards. And I like the Browns to score on their first drive touchdown. It's +350. So, hey, Rich, I see you making moves while we're talking.
I'll be honest with you. So I do have 7 playoff teams now.
Yeah.
I was like, but you're lucky I wasn't paying attention to that one because I would have stuck Justin Fields in. I got stuck with Geno Smith tonight. So now having a great game.
Hell yeah. All right, Saturday night special. Going to be a good one. The Dolphins traveling to Orchard Park to play the Bills. Bills are favored by 7 at home. Going to be cold and rainy. I heard there's supposed to be some snow maybe. Abe.
Still time to change.
Is Slater at your house right now? Is that why you're taking the Dolphins?
No, he's not here.
Okay.
So I picked the Dolphins when it was 7 and a hook. When it's 7, I'm a little bit more scared of this. And the more and more I've done research on this game, I'm a little bit more scared on Dolphins +7. They've not looked good the last couple of weeks. They've played on the road the last 2 weeks, now on the road again this week. They've been on the West Coast. Now they go to at Buffalo. I think that's a very tough 3-game stretch. Tua's not looked good. This team, Reek was gimpy last week. But with all that being said, I have the Dolphins covering 7. I thought it was 7.5, but I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to move. I'm going to stick with it. I do have some player props. I like James Cook over 11.5 receiving yards. I like Tyreek to get under 76.5 receiving yards. I think they're going to kind of scheme on Tyreek. There's a couple of things, Nate, when you go to yours that I have some, kind of some tidbits on the game, but I have the Dolphins +7, James Cook over 11.5 receiving, and Reek over 70 or under 76.5 receiving yards. I think that's a tough matchup for Tyreek. What's that?
Where's that sweet cheetah shirt Rob bought you? How come you haven't worn that?
I haven't worn it yet. I was gonna, but it was really cold when I came out here earlier, so I had to put a sweatshirt on. So it's actually was gonna be worn tonight, and I came out here. I'm like, it's a little too chilly, but it's warm out here now. So,
Rich, go ahead.
Yeah, I am taking the Bills. This is two games, Abe, that because the first one was Jefferson. You picked the under, and then you picked Reek under 76.5. And what's interesting, because I was looking at stuff throughout this week and everything when I had time, when I wasn't working, and both Jefferson and Tyreek are having phenomenal years and stuff like that, and are on historic paces to have record-breaking years. Huh?
So many yards, no touchdowns.
Exactly and stuff. But this is all based off of receiving and stuff. But both I was, after seeing those, and both of you picked both under on both of those players tonight, and so I'm like, damn. So, but no, like I said, I'm going back to the Bills. Dolphins have not looked good and stuff like that, and it's cold weather, like just what Nate was saying. And my player prop for this game is Allen over 284 combined yardages. I thought that was a low number for him, for combined yardage between rushing and passing. So I jumped all over that.
Where was that at? I like that a lot.
DraftKings, baby, DraftKings.
Is it on the bottom? It's like the very bottom on DraftKings where they have pass and rush.
Because I like that. That's a good stat. I mean, I don't care if there's 4 inches of snow or not. He's Josh Allen. So, and this game's gonna.
I mean, he'll run for a bunch.
Yeah.
So I like the Bills. I think most of it is because I don't trust Tua in the cold. It's not just the cold. If it's nasty and windy, he does not have a strong arm. They can drive the ball, in that atmosphere, whether in that weather. So, one team is built for this stuff.
That's the guy that got me the shirt, by the way.
Hell yeah.
He's the one that got me the shirt.
I saw the comments. I go, I got to bring this one up real quick.
Yeah. It makes me nervous. One team's built for that. One team is not. And obviously you know how I feel. We don't need to get into that. I got a whole shit ton of props. It's kind of like a super long shot for Saturday night when you're sitting there watching the game, this parlay, but I would take each one of these separately. But if you parlay it all together, it's like 190 to 1, so I'm sure I can talk Abe into doing it Saturday night, after a couple cocktails or something.
Yeah,
so
I can do that. Yeah, I like that.
Steph Diggs touchdown, James Cook touchdown, Isaiah McKenzie touchdown, Josh Allen. These are alternate numbers too. That's why they're different. Josh Allen over 250 passing yards, James Cook over 30 rushing yards, James Cook over 17 receiving yards. It's 190 to 1. And then I like Tua under 236.5 passing yards. That seems like a lot for, the weather, basically. I know this game, I think even with the weather, I think they'll still score quite a bit. But I don't know. He's looked terrible. And I'll be honest, his head might be messed up from like what happened earlier in the year and nobody wants to talk about it. I mean, there's passes last week where, Tyreek runs an in route and he just throws it to the numbers. It's like,
yeah, and this is what I was going to get to. He throws, for whatever reason, he just throws lollipop balls down the sideline like crazy. And last week was the first time they saw a lot of press coverage at the line, which usually means Tyreek is going to beat you and burn you. But then they did a press coverage at the line, then dropped to like a almost like a 2-deep shell, which you would think then Waddle would be pretty good against, through the middle. But he's been overthrowing Waddle like crazy over in the middle. And so there's something going on with Waddle and him, or each one individually. I don't know. Waddle's been really quiet the last few weeks. So that's why I have Reek under 76.5. I think that they're going to, Buffalo's going to play a 2-deep shell. So they're not going to let anything go deep. And that's how you beat them. That's how you beat the Dolphins is shutting down a huge play. And that's a good omen to have.
But I think last week too, they packed the middle of the field, and like
Yeah.
because Tua makes those intermediate throws. He's good at that. Like, and when
He's
the
overthrown a
middle of
lot
the
the
field's
last
packed
2
like
weeks,
that,
though.
yeah. I mean, he can't throw those pop flies to Tyreek, where Tyreek has to come back 10 yards and stay in there and wait like he's catching a fly ball. And he's still like 15 yards behind the defense, and then he runs. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
not this week.
And one thing that I really like in McKenzie play also, thing about the Bills is when they face a man defense, McKenzie's kind of their go-to guy. When they face a zone, it goes a little bit more towards their tight end. I can't think of his name right now.
Dawson's Creek Knox.
Dawson Knox. And then obviously did I see they re-signed Cole Beasley? Is that correct?
Yeah, he might play this weekend.
So
I should have thrown that one in there. That'd have probably made this like 1,000,000 to 1 though.
I don't know if he's going to play this weekend, but like I think he's a good guy. That's kind of opposite of McKenzie, because McKenzie can bust a man defense, and I think Cole Beasley is really, really good against his zone. So if they face that, like they will in a few weeks, against the Bengals, it seemed like the Bengals that plays a lot of zone. I think that's why they got Cole Beasley. So I really like McKenzie against the Dolphins, who plays mostly man.
Are they projecting snow for this game?
They are 4 inches,
7 inches or something like that.
Yeah.
So if they are, that's the one thing I'm worried for you, Abe, on the Tyreek under 76, because with his speed and stuff like that, they're not going to be able to. Defense is not going to be able to kind of go with him. He knows where he's going to go, and the defensive players are going to be kind of sliding if it gets real bad and everything.
Yeah,
so
and I agree with that 100%. The problem is I don't know if Tua has a mentality to just say, hey, I'm going to throw it 5 yards and let Tyreek do his thing. Instead, Tua just throws the ball down the sidelines as far as he can every time. And
yeah, but he could do that at 5-10 yards too with his shiftiness and stuff like that. And if this kind of weather and stuff like that, that's the one thing I see, can really change things for Tyreek in this game.
Yeah, I hope they do that so Reek goes off, but I just don't know if Tua is disciplined enough to check the ball down to let Reek do his magic.
Eagles, Bears. Eagles kicking ass, traveling to Chicago. Bears home puppies getting 9 points at home. Well, like the Eagles. I think that's pretty obvious. I don't think this is a game I think that I could see the Eagles winning by 20 points.
Yeah, we're all on the Eagles. I have a couple player props for this also, and it's just based off Miles Sanders. I have us over 69.5 rushing yards, which I think is very, very low. I mean, maybe they're saying he's not going to play in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a rout because they have 14 running backs that they play that they sub in and out. But I like his over 69.5 rushing yards, and I like over 80.5 rushing and receiving combined.
Yeah, Rich, you got anything to say?
Only thing I gotta say is this is gonna be either a huge blowout and cover that, or this could be a game where the Bears just show up and shut them down.
I don't. Their offensive line is not equipped to stop the Eagles, and the Eagles defense plays against this every single day. Like the Eagles brought back the wing T offense to the NFL. The Bears are just trying to do it. I think they'll. Yeah, I don't think it's close. Chiefs Texans. I hate that I'm picking the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 14-point favorites on the road in Houston. I know Houston's is really, really bad, but the Chiefs never cover. I'm taking the Chiefs just because the Texans are that shitty. I know they kept up with the Cowboys last weekend, almost beat the Cowboys, I guess. But I don't. The Chiefs won't have a slow start like the Cowboys did, in my opinion. Rich.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to say here is I'm going Chiefs 2 minus 14. The thing that truly factors into this is that Dameon Pierce has truly hit the rookie wall so bad that he's injured and might not play this weekend. And everything.
He actually hit a wall.
Literally and everything. So, yeah, Rex Burhead, they might even bring David Johnson back into play. Heck, QB's in shambles. The receivers just ain't there and stuff like that. So, Chiefs minus 14. Normally, I wouldn't be picking this. I would be on Abe's side. Go ahead, Abe.
I like the Texans plus 14. I actually don't like this. I probably should have reworded that. I'm picking the Texans plus 14 just because simply we've witnessed all year that Chiefs just do not cover, especially in big spread games, especially on the road. It is an indoor game, so that's a little different. I think Mahomes goes crazy. One thing to kind of look at is Rex Burkhead catches. He's going to be captain check down, and they're going to be down a lot, so they're going to be dump the ball off to him a ton. So
who started for the Texans? Blake Driscoll played last week.
it's Davis Mills as far as I've seen. I don't know. They're going to keep trying quarterbacks till they find one, until they find a Brock Purdy.
I know Davis Mills had some stats for last week. I don't know if he started or came in or what happened, but he did have some stats.
They're gonna bring back the Brockness Monster 1.0.
Oh,
He's
gosh.
coming back.
That ain't good.
Yeah. No. Cowboys, Jaguars. Jaguars getting 4 points at home. Abe, go ahead.
I think the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys had a little bit of a kind of an eye opener last week. Their schedule has softened up recently, and I think last week, like, hey, we can go in and beat the Texans. We don't care, how we play, how good we are. They had kind of an eye opener, and I think that will open up them to think like, hey, we can't do this against Jacksonville, because Jacksonville's played really well the last couple of weeks. But I've seen, one thing about it is Jacksonville, we've seen them play up and down all year. Like, they've been really good. Like, when I've seen Trevor Lawrence play, I'm like, hey, the ball's coming out of his hands really good. He's played really good. Right when I start thinking that, then he kind of has kind of a lull of a couple games. So I'm wondering if that kind of plays into effect this week against that Cowboys defense. So I have the Cowboys covering 4 at Jacksonville. I do like Christian Kirk. He has a good matchup this week. They don't have a player prop out for him yet, but I like I just put over 50 yards and a touchdown. They don't have a prop out for him yet, but keep an eye on Christian Kirk because I think they're gonna have to throw a lot late.
Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, look, Jaguars they're finally starting to groove with their new coach and everything. They've been solid. I hope ETN gets more involved in everything. He's kind of been on a little down road, maybe his second year rookie wall, but he is coming back from injury too. But besides that, I think Cowboys win, but it's only going to be by a field goal and everything. So, but I like Jags hanging with them.
Why doesn't ETN get the ball? Why doesn't he catch the ball? Like, when they don't have any plays for him. I mean, he caught 60 balls in college with Lawrence. I don't know why. I don't know if he's had a game more than 2 catches this year.
I think he thinks he still has James Robinson there.
I just don't understand. You got to drop the ball off and get that kid out in the open space. I mean, he's electric. I don't know why they don't do that. But
Doug's visor's too tight.
Yeah, I don't know
those plays. For some reason, I got the Jekyll and Hyde Jaguars. Dude, that team. I don't know why I'm picking them, to be honest. That slow start last week was that's a normal McCarthy thing.
It is.
That happens a lot. That's why I say we'll get them in the 5th quarter. So I don't know. The Jaguars have been playing well. They're at home. I guess I don't know. It's probably isn't the right way, but you know what? I'll take the Jaguars getting the points at home.
They have played pretty good the last couple weeks.
Besides when they played the Lions. Lions traveling to New York. New York is favored by 1.5 at home. I picked the Jets, and then I realized that they are like 1-6 or 5 since the bye week. They started hot, and then they suck now. But I'm going to ride the fucking Magic Mike White Lightning train again. I'll take the Jets, giving up 1.5 at home. I don't know. I know the Lions are hot, but Jared Goff's got to play outside now. So he doesn't do that very well. So, yeah, I'll take the Jets. Abe?
I'm picking the Lions. The Lions they're playing with a lot of confidence, and that goes a long ways in the NFL. So I like the Lions. There's no player props out for this game yet, but I do like Michael Carter's over receptions. I'm guessing they're probably gonna be 2.5, 3.5, maybe even 4.5. I like him to catch 5 balls in this game because I think it's gonna be a little more up and down. The Jets secondary is obviously really good, but the Lions can get up and down the field and score. So I'm guessing the Lions, put up some points, and maybe the Jets have to come back in this and need maybe a 2-minute drive at halftime. Maybe have to come back a little bit. Michael Carter can catch the ball out of the backfield. And Mike White is known as Captain Checkdown. So I like Michael Carter's over receptions. I like the Lions to plus 1.5. I mean, it's hard to bet against them right now. They're playing good.
Yeah, short and sweet. Look, Magic Mike White Lightning, same thing last year. Started out hot and just started going down this way. He'll get some fantasy garbage points for everybody, but look, I like Jamal Williams in this game. I want to see Jamison Williams get more involved, and I hope they start getting him more involved in the passing so we can see what he could do. So
he scored last week, so
he's good.
I like the Lions.
Steelers, Panthers. Panthers. I can't talk right now. I just forgot what I was doing. Sorry. Panthers favored by 3 at home. I only reason I'm picking the Panthers because is Mitch Berg starting? Pickett's still out.
Pickett's not even on the injury report today.
Oh, I'm changing.
I don't
Go ahead.
I went and looked for it. He's still not on there. So I don't. That's why I picked the Steelers. So
he might not be on there, but the Panthers defense is going to put him back on there.
Yeah.
Their defense is look. They're not just dominating everybody, but they're hanging in games and stuff like that. And look, like I said, I didn't get to watch last weekend's game. That was Sam Darnold the QB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
he had their longest play of the day, 24.5-yard or 24-yard rush.
I'm rolling with the Panthers, man. Their defense has been stepping up. It's almost like the Falcons have went away from the team that doesn't cover to now the Panthers are the teams that are covering. So that I'm going with the Panthers.
Give me TJ Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick, the Steelers. Why don't they just let TJ Watt play quarterback? That's what they need to do. I don't know. I know like the Steelers offense is really weird. Pickett looks like he can figure things out sometimes. Maybe Pickens get the ball a little bit. Maybe Najee Harris scores a touchdown. Probably not, but that'd be cool. This team, like I said, it's just Tomlin more than anything. He's just too good of a coach. It's hard to go against him. If Pickett doesn't play and it's Mitchburg, I'll have a hard time taking the Steelers, but I already said it. So, yeah, give me the Steelers. Abe?
I'm picking the Steelers. I don't really have a lot to say on this. I don't really know. I think this is going to be a lot of running. Carolina ran the ball really good last week in Seattle, but that was against a not-so-good run defense. I think going up against the Steelers' run D, I think is going to be a little bit different story. So I like you said, I like Tomlin a lot. So I'm picking the Steelers +3.
Yeah.
Game of the week right here.
Hell yeah. Falcons traveling to New Orleans. Saints favored by 4.5 at home. My guy, Desmond Ridder, getting the start finally. I was hoping it was going to be next year, to be honest with you, but I'm pumped. I had to take the Falcons. I would have anyways because the Saints are shitty. They're 32nd in the league in turnovers. Their defense they don't cause turnovers, so I'm sure now they will this weekend. But, I like the Falcons and Ridder. I like him over 167.5 passing yards. That's not very many. He can throw the ball a lot better than Mariota. So, yep. Abe?
I can throw the ball better than Mariota. So I'm picking the Falcons also. I don't like the Saints. I don't think they're very good. They don't give the ball to Kamara for some damn reason. I don't get it. So I'm picking the Falcons +4.5.
What the fuck? Why the fuck is he like that? I kept him in a league run together, Abe, and he literally I don't know if he scored 20 points one week.
No, he had one big week and that was it.
1 week. So. Yeah. Tyler Lockett broke his finger, out for some significant amount of time.
I have him in one league, but I don't know if I'm going to make it in the playoffs after this one. Hey, look, I'm picking Falcons. It's Ridder time. I want to see what Ridder in London. I would have liked to see Pitts part of this and everything, but it ain't going to happen. But, man, I got Ridder in multiple leagues from this past year, and I'm excited and ready to see what he could do. Hence the reason why I'm going with the Falcons and everything. I don't know if you guys saw this article came out or I can't remember where I saw it, but Mariota is actually about something about his knees and everything, where he's been battling his knees have been real bad. Like I can't remember exact details, but that's one reason why Ridder is coming in.
He should blame it on he should have an arm injury, so he can't throw the ball. So that's what he should be blaming on.
Yeah, he left the team, they said, but I don't. Ritter's my QB1 in the class. I was pumped. Not really happy where he went, but I like Art Smith. I mean, they've been playing well. So, Patriots heading to Vegas, the coaching revenge game of the week. Rich is going to be on site, right? You're going to the game?
At my house.
Wouldn't that be cool? Abe and I are going to Vegas next year because the Packers are going to be playing out there.
Yes,
let me know when you guys are going.
Whenever the Packers play the Raiders.
Yep.
We might just have to all three meet.
Yes. And maybe do a show from Vegas. Maybe do a show from Vegas. I'm picking the Patriots -1.5. I don't feel comfortable in this. The Raiders are playing pretty good, and then what happens. I'm not going to say too much because Rich is on here, but I'm picking the Patriots. Belichick usually tries to beat his former coaches. So I don't have a lot on this game. I think the Patriots go into Vegas and give them a heck of a game. So I'm picking the Patriots -1.5.
Abe, just air out all your dirty laundry. I'm all right with it, man.
No, I don't. I've gone up and down on the Patriots all year, so I don't think the Patriots are that good. I'm actually kind of doing this more for you, Rich.
Well, I appreciate you, Abe, but I need Nate to do it for me too, because every time you guys both pick the Raiders, we have a freaking horrible game that week.
You want me to pick the Patriots?
Yes, please. Please.
All right, I'll go
Patriots.
Hey,
I'm going the Raiders.
Patriots look good last week. They, I know that Kyler wasn't in there, but I think the Cardinals are better with Colt McCoy anyways. So I thought that the Patriots looked really good against them. They actually put some points up. Their defense looked good. I think this is probably a big week for Mac Hollins. I don't know if Hunter fumbles or whatever you want to call him, if he's playing.
I think Waller's going to be back.
Both of them are.
And Waller's going to be back. He's busy rapping, though. I'm excited for that, though. Maybe he'll be rapping on the field. But I know
rapping all the way down to the field to that touchdown score, baby.
The one thing that I worry for Mac Hollins is that I don't know who you want to say the Patriots' #1 corner is. He will be on Mac Hollins because they'll double up Devontae all day. They're actually a team that does do smart things like that. So I don't know. I to be honest, look for Renfro or Waller to have a bigger game. I think this may be a little. I think Adams will get his, but yeah, give me the Patriots. I guess -1.5. Go ahead, Rich.
I appreciate that very much. I like to know that I influenced this a little bit.
Yeah,
I was over here praying. I was gonna say I'm gonna get Nate to change it because I need both of them to pick against the Raiders every time.
Easily persuadable.
Obviously, I'm picking the Raiders. I'll never go away from it. I'm taking the under of this game because I think this is going to be a low scoring game between the two coaches and everything. So this one's going to be man. This is the one I'm really liking to watch because I want to see just going against the old team and everything, coaches against the coaches and stuff, and players against the old team
beat
too.
Bill last time when Josh was in Denver. He beat Bill.
Let's do it again, baby. Let's do it again. And then after this, I'm almost to the point where I'm conceding to let's just lose the rest of the games for the rest of the year so we could get a good pick and get a good defensive play. I don't know. I don't want
some guy you guys can cut down the road in like a year and a half. You just fucking cut him.
You know what? I'm saying it now. This year,
people on your team, you guys have cut more fucking guys than anybody in the NFL, and somehow you still have 53 guys on the roster. Like where they keep coming from?
We get all our good players from third round or later. We're just going to skip the first couple rounds. And man, don't even tell me the last time. The last time we had a top 5 pick, we drafted Clelin Ferrell. And he freaking cost us the game last week, man. Damn. Raiders, baby. Ride or die till I die.
All you do is win, Al Davis. I still love Al Davis. Cardinals, Broncos. This game's going to be awesome. Broncos favored by 3 at home. I feel like I should switch my pick, but I already said the Colt McCoy thing. So, yeah, give me that team's fucked, by the way. I don't know. T's and P's to Steve Keim. I hope he's okay. He's gone. I don't know what they're going to do, by the way. Kyler is not playing next year after that torn ACL. I mean, he won't be back. There's no way. So,
he's going to baseball.
Probably. He's not a guy that can like come back at 11 months and be like, hey, I think we're like 75%, so we're probably good. The way he does things, he can't do that.
Dude, he's already sitting at home playing Call of Duty.
Well, good for him. And fuck it, they paid him. Who cares? Do what you want. Give me the Cardinals though. Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals and Colt McCoy and Keontae Ingram.
I took the Cardinals too. I originally took the Broncos, but I had to change it because of something that I picked later on. I'll go there in a minute, but yeah, I'm going Cardinals. If you have James Conner shares, make sure you utilize him because he is going to be used very heavily for the rest of the year.
Why don't they give Keontae Ingram the ball more? That kind of pisses me off.
You got Conner there. Man. Wait till Conner gets hurt, and then you could give it all you want to Ingram.
Yeah. Hey,
this is a good time to bring up that we are an 18 and over thing, so there might be some explicit language. Obviously, you never like seen anyone get hurt, but Russ actually looked fairly decent last week until he got hurt.
I I can't believe he's playing. I thought he was like knocked out, not just like bell rung.
I saw he had a light practice today, so he might play. I don't really care who wins this game. It's actually I could give a shit less. So my pick says, "Who cares? Let's ride." That's what I'm going with. Because I could give a shit less, and I think the Broncos are who we thought they were, and that's not very good. So at least who I thought they were. So I don't know who to pick.
Well, he said let's ride. So for record,
I'm taking the Broncos. I'm taking the home team, I guess. So
you should take Colt McCoy.
Yeah,
gunslinger.
Yes.
This game, I'm pumped for this game. Bengals at the Buccaneers. Bengals are hot. Bucks, I know they won 2 out of 3 or something like that. Had some good games, but we're all on the Bengals here. I don't think 3.5 points is enough, to be honest. That Bengals team, I think I've been picking them for since their bye. They look freaking awesome. I know no Tyler Boyd, but it doesn't matter. And if next time that T. Higgins is going to play and like not really play, let us know. Look really, I don't get that, but it doesn't matter. Joe Mixon, run all over him. There's some throws to Jamar Chase last week. You were just like, oh shit. So yeah, Bengals and Joey Burrow.
All you, Abe.
Yeah. Anybody?
Yeah. So I'm on the Bengals also. Jamar Chase has an awesome matchup. I can't think Zion McCollum or something is the guy that's probably going to be on him one-on-one, and that's going to be an absolute shit show. Jamar Chase is going to go crazy in this game. Tampa Bay is not good. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. If Carolina wins this week, Carolina might have a chance to win that division.
Ritter's going to win out, so that's fine.
I don't know what to think. I mean, Tampa Bay is terrible. I watched that whole Buccaneers game last week, and Brady is not. I mean, he's not Tom Brady right now. His throws are terrible. He doesn't look good. He doesn't want to sit. I get that, but at some point, like you're not playing good, and if you think that you're that you can bring this team back from down 30 for whatever reason, he was playing late in the fourth quarter last week. It made no sense to me. That's just Brady. He's a gamer. I get it. But the Bengals they're on a mission. They've had an extremely tough schedule all year long. And I just think they go into Tampa Bay. I think Joe Burrow goes in and just says, hey, there's a new regime coming up, and I'm a pretty fucking good quarterback. Tom, a lot of respect to you, but here comes a new regime. And I think the Bengals cover 3.5 here, and I like Chase to go over 100 and score a touchdown. I think Jamar Chase goes absolutely ballistic against Tampa Bay.
I like Joe Mixon to score a touchdown too. I'm gonna get my crayon out and mark that in here. What's next game? Titans, Chargers. Good coach, shitty coach. But I'm picking the shitty coach. Give me the Chargers, -3 at home. Titans have they lost 3 in a row?
Yeah.
I think the Titans I think they fucking stink. So I know Derrick Henry's awesome, but that's it. So yeah,
once they gave up AJ Brown, it's kind of been a downfall for them. They've had some strong games beginning of the season, but man, it's just they're keying in on Henry, even though he gets his. But man, Tannehill just hasn't been himself without freaking AJ Brown there. I'm going Chargers.
Justin Herbert should get paid this offseason, by the way. I don't care. It's year 3. That guy is a fucking stud. Pay him.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of things, and I said this a couple weeks ago, Herbert, like when he was throwing the ball was coming out of his hand really good a couple weeks ago. This is a team that should, a lot of people's favorites to get to the Super Bowl, and compete in the AFC. They've struggled a lot. They've had a lot of injuries. I like Herbert over 2.5 touchdowns this week. The Titans secondary is not very good. I do like Derrick Henry because I think that the Titans try to control this game and keep Herbert off the field, keep that, Eckler off the field. So I think that Henry goes over 100 yards and a touchdown. The Chargers are not good against the run. And for some reason, the Dolphins said, you know what, I know that Jeff Wilson got hurt, but Mostert was in there, and Mostert's obviously, can fly. But they didn't give that, either one of those guys the ball last week, and the Chargers are not good against the run. I don't know why they went against that game plan. Like when Mostert or Jeff Wilson did get the ball, they'd get 6 or 7 yards, and then next thing you know, Tua's throwing a 45-yard bomb, up to a lollipop throw, and it didn't work out. So I think the Titans go in with a smarter coach and say, listen, not a smarter coach. I like the Dolphins coach a lot, but I think a smarter game plan and say, you know what, we need to rely on Derrick Henry, and he's going to get a ton of carries. And I think that Henry goes over 100 yards and gets a touchdown. And I also think Herbert goes over 2.5 touchdowns. I think the Chargers cover 3, and those are my 2 player props I like.
Rich?
Chargers. Let's charge.
I think that the Dolphins wanted to be like, hey, we drafted Tua over Herbert. He's better than Herbert. No, he's fucking not.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Giants.
That cost them a loss by doing that. So
yeah. Giants, Commandos. This game got flexed to Sunday Night Football because this is, they played like 2 weeks ago in a tie. They can't get out of each other's way. But I'll take the Commodores getting 4.5 points at home. Pretty much that's the only reason why I love Taylor Heineke. I know Saquon Barkley's full strength, but if I just forgot his name, the Giants D tackle, if he's out, that's tough. If he's in, I probably would lean towards the Giants. But, yeah, give me the Commodores, Commandos, whatever you want to call them. Rich?
Yes, I am taking a Commandos. Every week, I think we name this team something differently. We come up with a different plural, different acronym for them. But, yeah, I'm going Commandos, and I'm typing in right now. Whatever the under is, I'm taking the under.
40.5.
I'm going Giants here. I'm going against the grain a little bit against you guys. I think 4.5 points is a lot. These guys are going to play. Both of these guys need to win to make a run at the playoffs. So I think this game is going to be a little bit closer to 4.5 points. I was shocked that it was more than a field goal. When I looked at this, I thought Giants would be plus 2.5. They're actually plus 4.5. That's why I took the Giants. I like B-Rob. I like Mr. Robinson to get over 50 rushing yards. There's not a player prop out for him. He's looked really, really good. I know he runs upright, but I really like him. He's looked good. He's healthy. This Giants team is a little suspect against the run sometimes. So I like Brian Robinson over 50 rushing yards, but I do like the Giants to cover 4.5. I think this is a field goal game.
Robinson runs like DMC, baby. Run DMC high.
Yeah. He's got an upright running style, but he's big. I mean, he's a big dude. So
Monday Night Football. Rams traveling to Lambeau. Baker Mayfield, he's got like a week and a half now. Packers get favored by 7 at home. I'm taking the Rams. I'm just going strictly the Rams stink, but they have a better coach. So give me the Rams. I don't know. Teams off a bye at home have struggled this year.
I'm going to take the Rams also plus 7. As you've heard me say on this many times before, Green Bay just does not cover big spreads. They never have. They never will, as long as, as that's just who they are. They like the drama. They like the close games. And that's just what happens. If this was the spread before, Baker got out to LA, I'd laugh and say I'm going to take the Packers. But I don't know what the Packers will be like coming out of a bye week. They do seem to be pretty healthy besides Bakhtiari. So we'll see how that goes. That's nice to have. They're going to have, finally, for the first time, they're going to have Watson and Dobbs on the field at the same time. I do think we're going to see a lot of Aaron Jones and a lot of A.J. Dillon. It's going to be Packers football weather, which I think will really benefit Green Bay. But I think that the Rams come down and Baker is going to be pretty heated and fired up to be playing in Lambeau. So I think he scores a late touchdown. I think Green Bay wins this game, but I think it's going to be a 3 or 4 point game.
Yeah. I'm taking the Packers every time you guys vote against. When you guys vote against them, I vote for them. So I'm doing the opposite of what you guys do for me.
So we're friends. Week 15, long shots. I like Cook, Chubb. Sorry, I should be more specific. Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, Stephon Diggs, Miles Sanders, and Zeke all to score. It's like 16-1. So nothing too crazy. Not as good as my 190-1 Saturday night parlay.
So I kind of did the same thing you did. I looked at some touchdown scoring props. I've been getting burned on these the last couple weeks. I've had, I like to play, 2 to 3 to sometimes 4 player touchdown props. And I've been getting burned on Nick Chubb for some reason. He has not scored in a couple weeks. So I like this player prop this week. I like Jonathan Taylor to score. I like Diggs to score. He's in prime time. That dude is always nasty and awesome in prime time. I like Miles Sanders to score, and then my longer shot of these 4 players to score is Dalton Schultz. Jacksonville struggles a little bit against the tight end, so look out for Dalton Schultz to have a pretty good game. So my 4 player props to score a touchdown are Johnny Taylor, Diggs, Miles Sanders, Dalton Schultz. That is plus 1270 for those 4 to score. So I like that. I like that player prop. We're gonna hit one of these soon.
I am taking the AFC West money line parlay. And what I mean by this is Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs to win, and Broncos to lose. I don't know if that's something that I could do, but
yeah, you just take the Cardinals money line. So it's like the AFC West plus Cardinals money line.
There you go.
I like that. That's a good one. Actually, that's probably the best. That's like the best out of all of them. Hey, cheers.
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 Long shots.
Taco Bueno, baby.
Thursday night long shots.
We didn't talk about Survivor earlier tonight. Real quick, I'll just say it real fast while we're going to the circus stuff. I got the Bengals. Abe's got the Packers. Rich has the Browns. I forgot about that earlier. So, our circa confidence pool bets. I had 2 points last week. Rich had 2. Abe had 1.
Abe came falling back down to earth, baby.
Finally,
that's his lowest point. That's his lowest point total in 14 weeks.
So there's a chance for us.
Since week one. Yeah.
I like the Vikings -4, the Bills -7, the Eagles -9, Bengals -3.5, and the Jets -1.5. Abe.
Once again, Vikings -4, Eagles -9, Texans +14, Cowboys -4, and the Rams +7.
And I also am taking Vikings -4, Browns -3, Eagles -9, Lions +1, and Bengals -3.5.
So that
I gotta go bet on the Colts.
Yeah, that means go bet the Colts. That means go bet.
If you haven't learned one thing from watching this show this season, is listen to that.
Oh yeah. Well, hell yeah! Thanks for tuning in. We will be back next week. You know what? Hell, maybe I'll just do this again Thursday next week. I don't know. We'll talk about it. There's no shows on Thursdays, so I mean I kind of do too. There's way more stuff to talk about.
So I have a Christmas party next Thursday, so I might be a little.
So we should do it on Thursday. You'll be a little loosened up. I won't just be the only one saying fuck. You'll be dropping all kinds of F-bombs. Hell yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, check out the show, Total Titles. Check out the website, totalstyles.com. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/totaltitles. You can find all of us on Twitter at Nate_Dirt19, at FreedomBandito_FF, and at MVinFF. Thanks for tuning in. And keep staying positive and testing negative.